Hey guys, I'm down here at Nicholas Ballpark, which is a little park not too far from our homestead in West Knox County, and I'm going to show you the progress, I should say, on a Creekbank repair class that I attended a couple of weeks ago. We have a couple of different methods here that were adopted to get. Big thing is getting roots back into the ground. No roots equals soil goes away. Exporting soil, bad. So we've got a bunch of live stakes in here of various native shrubs. There are some bare root trees that were planted, some seedlings, and then there is some more kind of manual application of material to anchor a section that they call it a blowout, where you have lots of soil exposed, clay exposed, where the bank, a big chunk has fallen away. So I'm gonna flip this around and kind of show you guys what it looks like. One quick detail, this is a little tributary to Plum Creek, which feeds Beaver Creek, which eventually feeds Melton Hill Lake, which is a reservoir for the Tennessee River. This creek does not always run. When we get really dry, this will be dry. But when we have a lot of rain, it can really be cranking. So here's what we got. So all these little sticks in the ground, these are live stakes. These are mostly a couple of types of willow, silky dogwood, buttonbush, and elderberry. I think there's probably a couple of others in there. In addition to some young saplings. I think we had some dogwood in here. Everything is native. Everything originates in this area and is appropriate for this climate, is adapted for this climate. I'm going to take you up here where this blowout repair was put into place. Okay, so this fiber that you can see here on this bank, this is made from coconut fiber, woven into a mat, and it's pinned up in such a way that we filled the bottom of it with carbon material, leaves, straw, some other odds and ends. You can kind of see it poking out there. And then we folded up the bottom like a taco and staked it into place really good. And then we added a bunch of live stakes of more of those same shrubs in order to get more roots into place. They call this stabilizing a blowout. A blowout is when you have had a large chunk pulled away by the carving action of the water, and you need more stabilization than just plants at the time. So we've got about another 60 feet or so of stabilization and about another 75 feet or so beyond that bridge. This was something that was put on by the UT Extension, Knox County Stormwater, and a variety of other agencies. This is kind of one of those things where they pull together grant monies and donations across multiple spots and get the materials needed. And then about, I'm going to say 30 or 40 of us participated in this class. Homeowners, people who own Creekbank property, landscapers, designers, some students, some AmeriCorps people, and that sort of thing. It was a really good class, very good use of my time, and once I get a little more of a, I want to watch how this does. This is very close to home, so I can kind of come over here whenever I want and see how it's going. Once I have a pretty good idea of how all this comes together, I think this is something that I would be comfortable offering as a service for certain customers. There are some regulatory things that you need to be aware of. I will include that in the notes, but this is one of those things where little actions can make a big difference. You know, this could mean, over the years, this could mean a difference between, you know, many tons, maybe even many dozens of tons of soil and silt and sediment winding up where it doesn't need to be. So, and it's pretty, I mean, we knocked this out in an afternoon. We were out here about 3 hours, if that. So, and this is another way to think about you can continue to propagate these natives through this manner. I actually took a few cuttings. I have a video, a few videos back, where I took a few cuttings that they had left over that they gave to the students, and I've got them plugged in on property adjacent to our place down at the bottom of the hill. So this is kind of one of those things where we'll be in an area where, you know, we see this all the time. This is unfortunately common, this kind of damage to a creek and to its bank. So it's a pretty quick and relatively simple and inexpensive way of making a difference in stabilizing soil, mitigating erosion, and that sort of thing. So that's pretty much what I got. I'm going to keep coming down here and documenting this. I told one of the ladies who runs the program, I said, hey, this is really close to home. It would make me perfectly happy to come down here from time to time and check on things. One of the cuttings already has some buds coming out on it, so that's encouraging. We will have to watch this area. We got to make sure that Parks and Rec maintenance folks don't come in here and mow all this down. I think that gets, I mean, I'm sure that gets communicated across the way, but sometimes there's a lot of, there can be, you know, if information passes through too many hands. So I'm going to see if maybe a little more signage doesn't need to happen out here. I kind of care about this project, even though, I mean, I had an investment in the class. I spent money to do the class, but I would really like to see how this continues to grow. And side note, just in case you guys are interested, this park was actually, this property was donated by my great-grandfather back in the 70s. So you could say that it's part of my heritage and legacy. So I kind of give a damn about it. I think I'm tired of getting rained on, guys, and my behind's wet. So you guys can holler at me if you have questions or want to know more. strongrootsresources@gmail.com, and we'll talk to you next time.